I just saw a video with a very young Dutch Shepherd, and the person that was filming the video was showing its possessiveness in bite work. And it made me think back to when I first got into Dutch Shepherds and Malinois, and I saw how this possessiveness was such a strongly desired trait. Yet, in reality, it is the most stupid, counterproductive trait that they're breeding for. It serves zero purpose in protection work. If you have a dog that is confident, is civil, has good fight drive, and fight drive is something that most of these dogs do not lack, when you add this possessiveness that a lot of them are breeding for in the extreme manner, you're creating a dog that none of these guys can get to out. And none of these guys seem to be able to build any sort of relationship with their dog, because their dog has such a strong drive to possess an object, whether it be a sleeve, a ball, a tug, a toy, doesn't matter what it is, that they have no control over the dog. They have to correct the dog so hard, so often, to get the dog to let go of the object of their desire, because the possessive drive is so strong. And I don't even know if it's a drive, but it is a desire to possess whatever they've gotten in their mouth, is so strong that when you tell that dog to let it go, most often these dogs won't, and then you have to use brute force, and the dog redirects. So in a very short period of time, you ruin your relationship with the dog. I have no idea, and I've never had any idea, why this is a trait that is being bred for, being selected for, being praised, when it is counterproductive. It ruins your relationship with the dog, and a dog doesn't need to be possessive of a so-called bad guy. If a dog has proper civil aggression and wants to fight the so-called bad guy, he doesn't have any need to possess him. He doesn't need to keep him, want him, need him for himself. He just wants to kick the living shit out of him. Those two things don't go together. But for some reason, people are selecting this as a trait, and they're breeding it to the extreme that they're creating a dog that is completely unmanageable. And they're wondering why they can't get dogs to out. You know, they're wondering why dogs are turning and redirecting their aggression towards them, because you bang on a dog long enough to get him to let go of something, of course he's going to come back. He's going to think you're an asshole. Why wouldn't he? Yet I don't know why people, especially in the Dutch Shepherd and the Malinois, continuously display, and they seem to do so as if they expect some sort of praise, that that's a great dog, those are great genetics, when they give a little puppy a little piece of fleece or a little piece of jute, and the dog is like possessing it, and it's his, and there's nobody that's going to take it from him. I know I've had a dog like that, and in my opinion, that ruined the dog. But I took a dog with those exact same genetics and didn't allow the dog to do that behavior and made a better dog. But yet the dog's sire which is this dog in the photo, being Tigo, a very famous world-known dog as being one of the most dangerous Dutch Shepherds to ever walk this planet. Worldwide, everybody knows Tigo. And this was a dog that police departments looked at him, lots of well-known people looked at him, and even a plastic bag one time blew through his path. And he grabbed that bag and possessed it and just turned into a monster. And that was enough to make people say, nah, I don't want that dog. It was a fucking plastic bag. Where does that have anything to do with protection work or any sort of working? Yet people are breeding for extremes of this trait. And it has absolutely no value in protection work. I know it comes from the fact that originally in Schutzhund IPO, they wanted the dog to hold the sleeve and possess it and hold it and enjoy it and all that kind of stuff. But that is not a trait that you want to take to the extreme. Every single dog that I've had that was a great protection dog, that was a great working dog, that never turned and wanted to nail the handler, that followed all direction, and that was an exceptional dog in every way, did not display that behavior in any way. Yeah, I can say the only dog I had that had drives over the top and that was dangerous and that would rip you apart if, God forbid, you said, no, you can't do that, were dogs that had that type of drive. But where does that dog fit into any place in society, whether it be police work, military work, personal protection, family protection, sport protection? Doesn't fit in anywhere. So why are people continually to breed for that type of trait when it has no purpose? Sure, it looks nice, and it tells you, like, yeah, that dog's a serious dog, but there's no place for it.